Well, hey there YouTube, it's Petey Two-Fingerback, and I had done a mailbag earlier, and we finished this device. So there's a power connector, 2.1 mil inner diameter, boss standard. This runs off 12 to 15 volts. There's a fuse. It's a 1 amp mini fuse that I have in here, and here's the 3.5 mil stereo jack output. Here's the controller. It's a 5-pin DIN, and then in the front there's a single, like a gain control. This is the MP3 decoder board, and for now, until my my little mini SD memory cards come, I'm going to use this card adapter, this little card reader, with this 1 gig SD card. So I'll have that in here. It's kind of awkward, but I do have, where this sits, there is a mirror that's mounted at a little mirror that's mounted at, like if a mouse was going to have a cocaine party with just himself. This mirror is pretty small, but that mirror is mounted above, like, this thing sits on a studio monitor, an M Audio BX5 studio monitor, and the mirror lets me see from where I'm sitting. I can see what's going on the display. Like, are the numbers moving? Is it paused? Anyway, this is the foot control. I didn't put the screws in it. Well, hey, you get a gut shot bonus. This is the foot controller, and I used orange, this orange tape that I've been saving since like Y2K. So it's rewind, fast forward, or vice versa, and then I'll play pause. I think it sits like this. So on the inside of this, you can see the wiring. It's pretty simple. Hey, honey, I forgot to put the...
Where are they?
They're, and this thing, this is the block of wood. I've like chipped it all out, made room for the switches. Like this block got when I made the block first, and then when I installed everything, it didn't fit. So I had to like chunk it all out and get in there with an awl, like start a fire like the Indians and dig it out. So I can basically this 5-pin DIN.
There was no bit in this. I put this in there. I don't think it's going to work. But there you go. I think that's the screw.
What's going on here? Oh. Ooh, I marked this, and it's marked. It's inverted because one end. I marked one end on the thing. So yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the going out and then going in here. So this is the remote control. This here is the remote control for this. So the output goes to a mixer, and then my multi-effector goes to the mixer. My wife's bass multi-effector goes to the mixer. And this, on this SD card, we put the drum tracks. And then that's how we make our music here. So this will be used indoors only. We're using the MIDI cable for the extension in between the devices, because it's there's 4 contacts that need to be made. Now, of course, they do make connectors and even some cables that have 4 connectors on them. The 3.5 or the 1/8 inch, like I call it a Walkman cable. And the thing about that is they don't stand up. Like something on the floor, a foot switch that's going to be stepped on, and like this is a solid connection, you know. And I'm obviously not going to be stepping on it, but I'm just saying what would be nice would be to have a 90 on this. I think better to have it. And I considered putting it on the side, but it is what it is, and there's plenty of room for it where it's going to sit. So we just have to set this up. It does work. We tested the unit, and I was thrilled. Everything works, and there's no background noise. There's no noise, and it's loud with this preamp board. Basically after the MP3. So the wiring is pretty neat. I like when it came time to test it, I just started like We have a vacuum cleaner it's like a hand broom. It's like it's got 4 wheels and it's a manual. It's just like a stick, and then it's this little box that has like a brush that when you push it.
It might be called like a sweeper, a floor sweeper. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like just bring it over here. I was sweeping and I was like flossing my teeth. I was finding all this stuff to do rather than power it up, and I'm like,
let's go through the closet. No.
Why am I doing this? And the reason was I had forgot to fuse it, and I was nervous about. I love this thing, because typically at the end of, like, let's say I'm done working on something and it's 11:30, 12 at night. It'd be rude to run the vacuum that late, but I can run that. So yeah, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I so scared to fire this thing up? And the reason was I had neglected to fuse it. So I cut this fuse holder in, and the wiring is pretty neat on this project. It's, as you can see, it's pretty neat. It's not real messy. The chassis is a little light, but it is what it is, and I couldn't be happier about this thing. It doesn't use shielded wire for the output, but it's silent. There's no interference. At least on the test bed, it was silent. So I'm going to put some screws in this thing. I'm going to mount this thing, and we're going to test it. And then we're having some chicken patty sandwiches. You ever make those? I like to shred the lettuce and then put with pepper mayo. Just put mayo and then crack black pepper on it, and make like like the KFC slider, whatever that was called, the snacker. Make one of those for my dinner. I like to have 1.5. 2 is too much. 1 is not enough. And then try to get some sleep. My schedule's kind of flipped. I've been working like a madman, staying up all night. And tomorrow we're going to see Adrian Ballou. So I'll be back with a concert report. I got to try to get some sleep. Thank you again for joining me. I know I uploaded a lot of videos, so maybe I'll put this one to appear tomorrow, and that will be a little easier on you guys rather than like 4 or 5 uploads in one day. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here. I figured, I had talked about this. I could at least show you what's going on. Maybe some people would find that interesting. So take care of yourselves. And I should say, if you're going to play around and build something or build your own MP3 device, these are the boards I really recommend. This board, like, I used to like those FM boards, and they're getting harder to find the good ones. The ones that don't have the Bluetooth logo, and when they changed them, they're just not as good. This one, my limited usage of it, it's quiet, there's no noise, the EQ is easily accessible, there's no hokum, hanky-panky, or fungus among us. So this is the one that I like for now. But it has the infernal B. So yeah, we could pair this. Like, let's say something happened to the memory card. We put our set on one of the phones. So if it Bluetooth pairs, I'm not sure. Sometimes they don't. We could do it Bluetooth and join the horde of millennials and Zoomers with the okay. I'll see you guys soon. I can't wait for this Adrian Ballou show. I really can't. It's going to be so much fun. And peace.